This week on MMA Inside the Cage, we look at Korea's top promotion, Road FC, and preview their next event. Famous BJJ Masters decide who would win an open weight tournament, and 12 more clips kick off another Clip of the Week competition. MMA Inside the Cage, brought to you by Combat Sports Insurance.
Welcome to MMA Inside the Cage. I'm your host, Cyrus Fees. Next to me, the budding star of Hollywood, the new Twilight series, Casey Oxnard.
Well, there have been a few calls from Hollywood. I'm not going to lie about that. It all stems from that movie a few years back, The Hungry Hippos with Helio Seneca.
Oh, the Hunger Games with Seneca Crane.
Whatever.
Yeah.
The whole idea is they stole my likeness. Now they're trying to get the real deal myself and put me in some movies. They say I'm going to have millions and millions of fans. I'm telling them I already got millions and millions of fans right here at MMA Inside the Cage, and that's where my loyalty lies. So
that's what I'm talking about. Well, a lot to cover this week, so let's get started with the MMA news floor. Huge news for the biggest events in the sports is there's a new sheriff in town for the California State Athletic Commission. Mr. Andy Foster, former head of the Georgia Athletic Commission and former fighter, has been named as the new director of the CSAC. This is a big move, man. This is a big change in the era of the CSAC. How big is this?
Well, all hail to the new King of California and Andy Foster. This is a guy I've known for 10 years, and he has done wonders for the state of Georgia, and I think it's going to be a big deal for California. He knows how to make revenue and money, and he also knows how to keep it safe for the fighters.
Sure. That sounds fantastic. You know, KSW has announced their main event for KSW 21 on December 1st, and it's going to be serious, man. Mamed Khalidov, and what will probably be his farewell fight for the KSW, will take on a very dangerous man in Melvin Manhoef. Now, this, in my mind, is a perfect fight for Khalidov and for KSW.
Khalidov is a big celebrity, and then you've got Manhoef, who with one well-placed strike can end your night real quick. Yeah. This is going to be fireworks. It's going to be a great fight, and I can't wait to see KSW.
It's going to be tremendous. Also on that card will be Michael Materla taking on Rodney Walls, Matt Horwitz versus Jay Silva, and more. Find out all kinds of information on KSW 21 on their official website. And finally, on the UFC front, we now know that the next Ultimate Fighter will be Jon Jones versus Chael Sonnen. We also know that Rampage Jackson was offered the job but turned it down because he doesn't like Chael's fighting style. That Rampage Jackson, you just can't make him happy. Jon Jones versus Chael Sonnen, this is going to be a huge fight. Do you think it's enough to save the Ultimate Fighter?
Absolutely. You put Chael Sonnen on prime time, and he's going to sell it out every time. I'm surprised they've not used him before. And considering the history between him and Jon Jones, I think this is going to be fireworks.
I think it's going to be great. Do you think, you know, the way that Chael's got into these title shots just by doing a whole lot of talking, a whole lot of tweeting, and everything else that he's done, you're going to see a lot more fighters doing that, you think, going forward, mid-level, up-and-coming guys?
I don't think that Chael Sonnen is mid-level in the least bit. I think this is a guy who is a title contender twice. He has been around the world. He's done everything you could possibly do. I think what he is doing is he is hyping himself to the max. He's doing everything that he needs to do, and I think he's going to do it here. Props to Chael Sonnen for everything that he's done, and props to Jon Jones for getting into this position. I think they're going to make television history.
I think so, too. Then to close out the news flurry, we did have a few losses in the sport of MMA.
Of course, I was very sad to hear, of course, of Emanuel Stewart and Jeff Blatnick. These were two guys that were a very close part of both boxing and the mixed martial arts community. Jeff Blatnick, of course, coined the phrase mixed martial arts. He was a 1984 Olympic gold medalist and did so much for the commentary there in the early goings of the UFC. And then, of course, Emanuel Stewart, coach of guys like Thomas Hitman Hearns and Lennox Lewis and Vladimir Klitschko. This guy was truly a boxing legend, and both guys were commentators there. Of course, Emanuel Stewart, respectively, with HBO Sports.
Yeah. Well, our thoughts definitely go out to their families from MMA Inside the Cage. The Clip of the Week competition brought us an awesome 100 knockout special last week, and that just means we have to fire it back up so we can get to another 100 knockouts. We have 12 new finalists, and once again, how can you send the footage right to here?
Well, you just go to MMAInsideTheCageTV.com, and it's as easy as uploading a YouTube video. Remember, you're going for that Elevation Training Mask 2.0, a great product from Gamma Labs, and apparel from BAMF Fight Gear and Hunter MMA.
Well, it's a super mega battle fight after the break between the best BJJ crossover fighters in history. But first, your first four finalists for Clip of the Week.
Fighters, promoters, fans, get hooked up. Send us your best knockouts and submissions by going to MMAInsideTheCageTV.com and clicking Get On Air.
In the very dangerous sport of mixed martial arts, one company has your back. Combat Sports Insurance is the Southeast's newest entity, insuring events, promoters, and fighters as well. Owner Jeremy Augusta, an area leader in insurance for the past decade and current MMA fighter for Team Oxendine, is focused on bringing the best coverage to your event and your fighters. Combat Sports Insurance. Call today at 423-571-2519 or visit combatsportsinsurance.com.
MMA Inside the Cage, brought to you by Combat Sports Insurance.
Welcome back. Well, one of our favorite segments on MMA Inside the Cage is the Super Mega Battle Fight. It's a fantasy, a hypothetical tournament where we got to some MMA and grappling professionals to decide the winners. Our judges this time, UFC's Cole Miller, Dr. Roddy Ferguson, legendary teachers Helio Seneca, Draculino Michael Hayes, and Israel Gomez. TV personality Mike Straka's involved, Carrick Janess from MixedMartialArts.com, and from SureDog.com, the one and only Jeff Sherwood. Let's get right to the matchups. First in the opening round, it's Fabricio Werdum taking on the legendary Mario Sperry.
Oh, what can I say about Mario Sperry? He is the current head coach for the Black Zillions and a guy who innovated the sport of mixed martial arts. He's taking on the man who defeated Fedor Emelianenko, Fabricio Werdum. It's going to be big.
Let's see how the judges go on this one. The winner, Fabricio Werdum, 5-3 on this one. The judges go for Werdum. He's going to move on to take on UFC light heavyweight Vinny Michael Hayes, who's taking on the legend that is Ricardo Arona. Who's going to win out of this match?
Well, man, Vinny is a submission innovator. But when you're talking about getting on top and staying there, Ricardo Arona was the best.
Well, let's see who wins this one. 6-2. Ricardo Arona getting the win on this one. As we move to the other side of the bracket, it's former Strikeforce champion Jacare Souza taking on the man, the myth, the legend that is Rickson Gracie. What a matchup.
Man, this one stands out as the most interesting to me. We're talking about Jacare Souza, the person I consider to be the most well-rounded fighter in MMA that comes from a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu background, facing Rickson Gracie, who is he was unbeatable in his prime, man. On the ground, he submitted everybody.
Let's see where the judges go. Rickson Gracie takes it 6-2. Rickson moves on, but only to take on the winner of Roger Gracie. It could be Gracie versus Gracie here, or Antonio Minotauro Nogueira 2001 circa. Who's going to win this one?
Very similar to Jacare and Rickson. These are two guys, one who is extremely well-rounded. We're talking about Minotauro. He can strike, he can kick, punch, and grapple, and he's facing Roger Gracie, who is known primarily as a ground guy who has very much improved his striking game, but it really makes for an interesting battle, just a little heavier.
You ready for this one? This one was the closest one, Casey. 4-4 is how this one was picked. Now, we had to have a tiebreaker, and the tiebreaker was that somebody actually picked Minotauro to finish the whole thing and take the whole tournament, so we had to give it to Minotauro. He's going to move on. We go to the semifinals, and first it's Fabricio Werdum taking on Ricardo Arona. What a fight.
Once again, I think Fabricio Werdum probably has a little bit more well-roundedness going on. Ricardo Arona, of course, all over pride. He was very, very good, very solid, but I don't know. Fabricio Werdum is on a roll today.
Well, he certainly is, and he gets the win here 5-1. What a majority there. You get to your other semifinal match, Rickson Gracie taking on Minotauro Nogueira. What a size difference here, Casey. This one would be interesting.
It is a huge size difference. And of course, Rickson Gracie was criticized for having limited striking, limited takedown ability back in the day, but there was an aura that surrounded Mr. Rickson Gracie. He was something else, but in this case, he's going to need those takedowns, and he's going to have to get it to the mat to beat Minotauro. The guy was a monster.
Well, the judges took this one 4-2 for Rickson Gracie. Rickson moves to the finals. That leaves the finals an old school legend in Rickson Gracie taking on somebody from the new school, one of the best submission artists in the heavyweight division, probably the best, Fabricio Werdum. Before we head to the results, Casey, how would the fight go down?
Very interesting. Just like with Minotauro and Rickson, Rickson would need to take it to the ground. He would have to get it there and keep it there. Fabricio Werdum has an excellent guard. Don't know if he could stop that pass of Rickson Gracie, that clamp down of Rickson Gracie, but man.
Well, the judges took it like this. this. Let's get a drum roll. You know you love giving me drum rolls, Jerome. Here it is. Rickson Gracie, 3-0. 3 people picked Rickson to win the whole thing, so he takes the whole tournament. Rickson Gracie on the returning edition of Super Mega Battle Fight. If you have any good ideas for another Super Mega Battle Fight, be sure to log on to Facebook or tweet us. Let us know. Road FC 10 preview after the break with a sick main event. Now 4 more finalists for Clip of the Week.
Main event right here. This is what everybody pays their money for.
And they don't waste any time going out swinging.
No, definitely not.
Shepard landed huge shots. And this I wanted to add is the classic standard fighter, stand-up versus ground. Oh, wow! Rough, huge knockout.
Fighters, promoters, fans, get hooked up. Send us your best knockouts and submissions by going to MMAInsideTheCageTV.com and clicking Get On Air.
I think for my son, he could have collapsed many times.
I'm looking to be a young champion. I feel like I'm ready for the top.
If he says he's going to be the middleweight champ, I believe him. You know, very directed with his goals, very good family guy, very serious.
My daughter's my biggest fan, and no one could argue with that.
You know, I'm betting on Chris, 100%. I just don't see anyone stopping him.
I'm confident. I know I can beat him, and I just want the shot now.
MMA Inside the Cage, brought to you by Combat Sports Insurance.
Well, it's third round time. Cyrus V's alongside Mr. Casey Oxnine. It's hard to believe that some people are saying that Asian MMA is dead, when we just found out that Dream is still alive under new ownership. ONE FC and Rough China are still putting on big shows, and our feature promotion, Road Fighting Championship, is certainly right in the mix. Road FC is coming up on their 10th major event, and they're clearly the top promotion in Korea. Casey, what an awesome group.
Well, they definitely push their Korean-born fighters, but they also have big names like Melvin Manhoef, Minhwa Man, and now the Snowman Jeff Monson.
Oh, wow, that is going to be fantastic. Speaking of which, Road FC 10 is coming up November 24th in Busan. Now, you're going to be able to watch this live online and through video on demand through Sherdog.com, so there's no reason to miss this fight. Jeff Monson headlining the card against Kang Dong-gook. Now, Monson is everywhere, but he's not going to have an easy road with Gook because this guy is a wrestling pro.
Absolutely. He is a 9-time national champion in wrestling, and from what they say, even though he is new to MMA, he has been training for the last decade of his life, so it's going to be interesting.
That's a tall order to take on Jeff Monson in your first MMA fight. Shungo Oyama taking on Lee Un-soo for the middleweight title. Both these guys are tough. They've had a lot of tough fights. Oyama, I think, has a better resume, though, coming into this fight.
Oyama's been around the block, man. Of course, he's beaten guys like Renzo Gracie and Carlos Newton, and been in the cage with guys like Dan Henderson and Wanderlei Silva. But these are two Pride veterans that have had the experience, been around the block, and I think it's going to shine right down here in the Road FC.
I think so, too. And you're going to see Oyama in the main event of the week. Then the lightweight Final Four is going to be there on the card as well. You know, this card is very exciting. The future is bright. You know, they're wanting to make that move into the American market, get more American fans. They're doing it right. They're taking their time, and they're grooming the local talent, which is what we like to see from these international promotions.
Well, that's what it takes. You got to bring in some names to get people interested, and then you take that local talent, you grow them up, and then you make stars out of them.
No doubt about it. The website is roadfc.com, and be sure to tune in on November 24th for the big Road FC 10 card. Your main event features your co-main eventer Shungo Oyama and his biggest fight as of late, taking on UFC veteran Dennis Kang. It's from Road FC 5, and it's your MMA Inside the Cage main event of the week.
The
자, 청춘의 오야마 신고 선수입니다. 83.75, 84.75kg으로 대체를 통과를 했고요. 네. 신장 1m 81cm.
187cm. 체중 84kg. 아메리칸 탑팀 자비짐 소속. 나는 영원한 슈퍼코리아 데니스 가!
자, 이어서 영원한 슈퍼코리안으로 소개받습니다. 데니스 강 선수가 소개됐습니다. 네. 오늘 링 아나운서로 신영문 아나운서께서 수고를 해주셨는데요. 네. 마지막 경기까지 소개를 다 마치셨군요. 네. 네.
긴장감 넘치는 대결이 되겠습니다. 양 선수.
자, 신장차 거의 없다고 봐야 되겠죠. 1cm 네. 정도의 차이가 있습니다. 네. 84.5kg으로 개체를 통과한 데니스 강 선수. 네. 자, 특유의 돌격 자세를 갖추기 시작합니다.
네. 데니스 강 선수의 자신목이 되는군요.
네.
격투팬의 한 사람으로서 너무나 지금 이 자체가 기분이 너무 좋습니다.
신고 선수는 주먹을 털면서 어깨 털기까지 보여주면서 네. 긴장을 풀어나가는 모습이고요.
양 선수의 긴장감 대단한데요.
자, 오늘의 메인 매치 마지막 경기. 자, 1라운드 시작됩니다.
일단은 오야마 신고는 타격이 좋은 선수는 아니기 때문에요. 타격에서 일단 데니스 선수가 우위를 점할 필요가 있습니다. 라이트 스트레이트 왼손잡이인 신고 선수에게 거리만 잡히면 많이 좀 써줘야 되겠죠?
네. 자, 로키 중심으로 들어오고 이어서 안면 타격 시도했던 데니스가
첫 공격 좋았습니다. 데니스.
아직까지는 탐색전이 되겠죠. 라이트 단발.
좋습니다. 데니스 형의 주무기가 저 라이트 스트레이트라는 것은 누구나 이제 다 알고 있습니다. 워낙 세계적인 선수니까요. 하지만 대가들의 고수들의 기술은 알고도 막지 못하는 게 일반적이거든요.
자, 빠른 손놀림을 보여주고 있는 슌고 선수인데요.
네. 경계를 하고 있는, 특히 저 라이트를 많이 경계하고 있는 오야마 슌고입니다.
자, 로킥 닿지 않았고요. 라이트 바디 가볍게 시도했던 데니스.
그렇습니다.
자, 라이트 스트레이트 살짝 빗나갑니다. 네.
좋습니다.
격으로 피해내면서
네.
카운터 시도했는데요.
머리 박아주면서.
자, 싱글렛. 데니스 태클 시도 그렇지만 밸런스
네.
좋습니다.
그렇습니다.
슌고 당하지 않은 모습.
그렇죠. 드러난 바디에 니킥 좋았고요.
자, 돌려내는 순간에 풀려납니다.
자, 라이트 스트레이트 계속해서 데니스 선수 뻗어주고 있습니다. 조심해야 됩니다.
주고받기 한번 모험을 했나요, 슌고?
네. 역시 슌고 왼손잡이기 때문에 저 왼손 스트레이트는 데니스 선수도 항상 머릿속에 넣고 있어야죠. 특히 각을 잡기 위해서 오른쪽으로 돌 때 굉장히 조심해야 됩니다. 좋습니다.
왼손 맞아 맞추십니다.
네.
다시 한번 쭉 들어갑니다. 자, 파운딩 연타. 데니스 파운딩. 좋습니다. 연타 들어갑니다. 자, 왼손 파운딩 연타 당하고 있는 슌고.
자, 위험한데요, 슌고.
자, 리어 초크, 데니스.
자, 한키피를 팔 뜯어내고 있습니다. 슌고.
뜯어내면서 또 굴리고 일단 디펜스로 가는데요. 자, 그렇지만 다시 한번 백마운트 시도합니다. 데니스가.
자, 데니스가.
반대로 뒤집어냅니다만 이번에 또 안 맞춰간 바드 안쪽에서 위쪽으로.
하지만
다시 롤링.
패스를 밟으면서 버텨냈던 오야마 슌고.
자, 슌고 선수의 맷집과 반격도 만만치가 않습니다.
그렇습니다. 데니스 선수에게 조심해야 됩니다.
자, 이번에 슌고의 레프트 파운딩.
슌고의 머리를 잡아놔야 됩니다. 데니스가.
자, 데니스
출혈이 있는데요. 데미지 있습니다. 데미지.
자, 오른쪽 눈에 출혈이 있습니다. 자, 파운딩 연타 슌고.
네.
다시 한번 라이트 파운딩. 자, 파운딩 연타를 계속해서 앞면에 보호하고 갑니다. 데니스 햄버링.
위험합니다.
자, 좌우 파운딩. 자, 상체를 이렇게 봅니다만 데니스 출혈이 상당합니다.
위험한데요.
자, 이어서 안바시도 기브라.
일어나야 됩니다.
자,
데니스.
다시 백을 완벽하게 점유를 해버리는 오야마 슌고의 파운딩이 이어집니다. 니킥까지 앞면에 니킥. 자, 백사이드에서 자유자재로 공격. 슌고. 데니스가 선수 반격할 기회를 하지 못하고 경기 끝납니다. 오야마 슌고 선수가 승리를 얻으며 4강 합류합니다. 와.
Fighters, promoters, fans, get hooked up. Send us your best knockouts and submissions by going to MMAInsideTheCageTV.com and clicking Get On Air. MMA Inside the Cage, brought to you by Combat Sports Insurance.
Well, it's time to close this one out, but before we do, it's your last 4 finalists for Clip of the Week.
That guard. Justin pretty well experienced with jiu-jitsu. Pushes away from the cage and grabs an arm and sinks in an arm bar, looks like, and gets the tap.
Now let's check out all the 12 finalists for Clip of the Week, the Dirty Dozen.
Fighter, stand up versus grab. Oh, wow! Drop, huge knockout. Those hands up.
Justin pretty well experienced with jiu-jitsu. Pushes away from the cage and grabs an arm and sinks in an arm bar, looks like.
Now head to MMAInsideTheCageTV.com and get your vote in. The winner takes home that prize pack from Elevation Training Mask, Gamma Labs, BAM Fight Gear, and Hunter MMA.
Find us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to the exclusive YouTube for exclusive content. I'm Cyrus Feast.
I'm Casey Oxendine.
And we'll see you next week
Inside the Cage.